Let's go fishing.
Hey guys, Scaly Tails here. Steve Fulkerson. Got something to put on the boat today. Just got my shipment in from All Aboard Marine. It's actually a one-off. It's a self-deploying, separate deploying Livescope pole. It's got a servo foot control as well as manual. Just got it in. We're gonna put it on the boat. Right now, I'm just kind of setting the scene, setting it up. Right there's the box that came in. We're going to replace the fishing specialties pole, which I really like. Actually, it's treated me really well. But this the fishing specialties pole was a great start. And I may even put it on the back of the boat. Probably going to get another Livescope set up for some folks that like to fish with me. But let's unbox it, and I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, Steve Fulkerson here, Scaly Tails. Hey, I told you I'd show you the end product. It took me a really easy install. It only took me about, I don't know, all in all, half a day. It really turned out well. I'm going to show it to you deployed, and then I'll climb up here on the boat and set it all in motion, see what you think. Now, it's a little harder to do, obviously. The boat's on the trailer. And I'll maybe do some more when I get to the water. But anyway, I'm going to twist it around here. Now, what you're looking at, obviously, is everything as it's, you know, before it's deployed. So now when I'm going down the lake, obviously everything would be in this position. The double mount would be folded down. Obviously the new All Aboard Marine pole would be down, and the next thing I've got coming is a round mount that'll hold it at about that position. It'll be mounted right there beside the pedal, and then all I'll do is just clamp it, you know, right in here, right to this pole, and it'll just rest right in the round mount rest for the trolling motors, and then obviously the trolling motor with the spot lock, and then the foot pedal you see with that toggle switch. And I'll explain here the target lock switch, and of course it's got variable speed, and then over here on the other side it's got the on off button. So it's really neat. I'll climb up here in the boat and show you. And of course, you know, the advantage, you know, here I am at the helm. The advantage is, you know, none of that's in the way when you're running down the lake when it's all folded down. And then of course, the first thing I ever do, and like I said, I'll move this. I've got that tongue swung around. Let's lock that back. So whenever I'm going up to a spot, you know, the first thing I do typically is hit the trolling motor and put it in, you know, put it down and hit the spot lock on it. And then typically the second thing I do is reach down here and unlock my double mount and set it up. And then now obviously what I'll do is set this pole down, and there it is. You know, that's the front of my deck right there. And you obviously, to turn your switch on, hit your toggle left and right, you know, depending on what speed you want and what left or right, and then you'll see it. You know, if I hit it to the left, if I hit it to the right, and then my hands are free, obviously, when I'm doing that, so I can fish. And all I'm doing is hitting that left and hitting that right with my foot. And then the cool thing about this servo is I can put the TST button on, which is target lock, and then I can go right as far as I want and left as far as I want, and it'll sit there and just work itself back and forth on that target lock. So anyhow, that's the end of it. And when we get on the water, I'll be able to show it to you. Scaly Tails, Steve Fulkerson here. I told you I'd follow up. I'm now on the water with the All Aboard Marine self-deployed independent transducer pole. I'm now just the inaugural trip actually, and I've just now set it. I had a buddy of mine says, you know, put it on video, Steve, of that target scan technology. What's called a target lock. Put it on. This has a servo, and you set the left perimeter and the right perimeter, and then it just takes off and just sits there and scans at the speed you select. And I just set it, and I'm just putting it in motion here, so I'll let you see it. Right there is the TST technology. I've got it in the on position, and then I set the toggle, you know, the left perimeter and the right perimeter, and then I set the speed, you know, based on that button there. And then obviously you can see it. It's sitting there. I'm on a brush pile. The spot lock's on, and it's just sitting there scanning back and forth by itself on the perimeter that I set it. So I'll try to get both happening here. So you see the pole is scanning as the spot lock often drifts, so you can set it at the speed that the spot lock is drifting left to right, or just simply sit there and scan it. But it's sitting there, you know, obviously I'm not touching it, and it's sitting there moving itself back and forth, scanning. And I'll try to show you here if I can, but I'll set the speed up, for instance, and it sits there and just does it really quick, just back and forth over that brush pile. Or I can set it to the speed of the drift of my trolling motor, and as the, you know, obviously all of our spot locks drift a little to the left, a little to the right, and I can set it where it's going the opposite direction of my trolling motor. Obviously the trolling motor's kicking to the right, you know, and I could set that speed, but I'm still staying on my target, just because it's simply sitting there scanning. And as it drifts to the right now, you know, I can make it go to the left. So you know, it'll take a little experiment. Obviously, you know, it's brand new on my boat right now, so I mean, it'll take me a moment to get used to it and to set the parameters. But you know, so far, and obviously I don't have to use it on that scan technology. I can simply, you know, switch the button off, you know, here, and then run it left and right, you know, just like I normally would on my target, and at the speed that I may choose. But you know, I think I'm gonna love it. The other thing that I want to show you is right here. If anything was to ever happen, you know, electrical wise, it's kind of neat. This pole has a slot in it that matches the top of that pole, and I can always put that pole in it. You don't have to move the pole like my fishing specialties. You just simply twist it. You just twist the pole, you know, right here. I'll put a handle on it eventually, but if you want if you wanted to scan manually, like I'm used to, or if your electrical circuits went bad, or you know, you blew a fuse, whatever. But it's really neat, the engineering on this pole. No matter where you slide this pole, it follows you. But obviously it doesn't. Just you moving the pole doesn't move the pointer. This right here, twisting it does, and it'll twist because of that engineering. It'll twist at wherever, at any angle that this pole is at. And so I can put that pole wherever I'm comfortable and just twist the pole. And because of the engineering, it's just wonderful. So I'm never without the pole or my the ability to move my transducer. So anyhow, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. Hey guys, one quick note here at the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And bear in mind, I'm not paid by Olive Marine, although I think Dave is wonderful, has been in full contact with me. When I ordered this pole back in February, he had a pole that was, you know, one that was independent of the trolling motor, that deployed like a trolling motor. He didn't like it. And scrapped, you know, what he had designed at that point and made this pole a one-off. Actually engineered it just for me. But he likes it so well that he wants to bring it to market, possibly, depending on the response. So if you like that pole, if that pole seems to serve your interest and your needs, and you know, particularly on pontoons, particularly on folks who have the type trolling motors I do, for instance, the Tarova. You know, if you like that pole and you want to see that pole on your boat, be sure and either contact Olive Marine and just mention Scaly Tails. I'm sure he'll give you a discount, or you know, contact me. But you know, based on the response, I think he wants to bring this to market. So be sure, if you like the video, if you like the equipment, I'm not paid or endorsed by anybody. Bonehead tackle, I love, big bite baits, hand-tied jigs, ACC crappie sticks, Olive Marine. None of these folks am I paid, but I love to pass on good information and good equipment. So if this pole interests you, be sure to reach out. He'd like to bring it to market if there's the need. So either contact you know, my Facebook page, Scaly Tails Guide, with feedback, or contact Dave direct at Olive Marine. See you guys on the water.